Are we ready? I know I am. So, whether or not you are, it's time for another episode of the Indie Tales Game Dev live stream. Hey, my name is Adam. You are the Pixel Pals. I already said the name of the show, so without further ado, it's time to go. Welcome, everybody, to the Friday edition of the stream. Today is going to be a painfully short one, unfortunately, because I have a meeting at about 4:30. It's 2 o'clock now. It's 2:14 now, so we've got 2 hours and a half, 2 hours and 15 minutes, which is a shame, but it is the case. I'm going to a festival tomorrow, a games fest called Galaxy Games Fest, and I will be speaking on a panel, and I'm meeting with some of the other speakers on the panel to sort of like prepare at 4:30. So you seem to have been experiencing stream crashes more than usual. Yes, that is the case. If you could marry 3 women, would you do that? Same answer as last time. No, I wouldn't. Okay. So today I want to welcome everybody who's here in chat. Welcome. Big thanks to 31 Case for the most recent follow and Universal for the most recent subscription. Thank you so much. I have been working on platform physics the last little while. You guys have seen that, and I finally solved the problem that I was struggling to solve right before the end of last stream. So I am happy to show you what that looks like if you're interested. If I could marry one pixel art editor, it would be Sprite. You know it. So we can run up a slope, we can run forward, we can run down the slope, or we can run up the other slope. We have 3-way selection just by running. No extra components, just the platforms. Put that in your pipe and smoke it. So, very happy. And they say slopes are not fun. How am I controlling that? I will tell you. It's actually kind of complicated. This is one of those problems where like the conceptual answer was really straightforward. And then every time I built it and thought I was done, there was like one extra clause I needed to add. So I kind of like, I've been boiled. My frog has been boiled solving this problem, but it was never too strenuous at any of the particular points. So I will outline for you right now the way that it works. Okay, first and foremost, platforms have polygons, okay? There's a polygon collider. That's what it looks like. The polygon collider has a function on it that determines which surfaces are actually walkable. So it goes, anything that's like over 30 degrees north, right? So if it's like, no, right around here, it starts going, actually, you could totally work on that. Yes, to there, okay? So it goes, okay, yeah, we could walk on you, we could walk on you, we could walk on you. Then it segments those up into edges. So it's like, that's an edge. Well, they already are segmented as edges, but it records them as such. So it's like, okay, we've got 3 top edges made of 3 spans, right? Then when the player shows up, it asks questions about the player to determine whether or not it's allowed to collide with them. So it has physics ignore logic. The physics ignore happens if you are below the edge, or if you are specifically dropping down from the ledge, or if this is not the preferred ledge. Okay, so let's talk about preferred ledges. Each of the ledges, I'll draw this in such a way that you can kind of understand which one's in front, which one's behind. So this is in front, and this one is behind. Okay, these are both ledges that you could walk on, but oh, that's not very clear, is it? How best to do this? Let's call this like Well, whatever. Let's just do it this way first. I'll get there. Okay, so we've got like 2 layers. In fact, what I could do is I could do this, and then dim this one. Okay, there we go. That's much clearer. So it has a few things that it's asking of the player. One of them is, which direction are you facing right now? Are you trying to input down or forward or up or straight down? Obviously, the only ones that matter are the ones that have forward as well, because you're not going to move if you're just holding up and down. So it's saying, okay, which direction are you pressing? And each of these edges, every single frame, is calculating for every character that can navigate in the level. It's calculating an angle, and it's sending that to a static dictionary saying, hey, for character C and the platform, the edge that I currently belong to, which C is over. So in this case, it could be this one, right? So C is above this one of my edges, and C is moving down this way. The angle distance between these two, the delta in the angles, in this case might be 0, right? I'm 45 degrees, character's moving 45 degrees, I'm 0. Okay. Then this guy says, hey, I'm also a candidate for C because my 2 points are also, C is between them. And C is going down this way, but I'm actually facing this way. So my candidate angle is 45 degrees because I'm flat and he's not. Right? So this is a distinction of 45 degrees. They both go to this little singleton. They say, hey, I'm like platform A. I'm trying to collide with, in fact, they go on a dictionary where it's like C, and then a list of these things where it's like, I'm platform A and I have an angle of this, and etc. Yeah, it's picking the one closest to the joystick angle, correct? That's right. But the joystick angle is digital. That's how I calculate it in the game. So it's still like only octal. It's still exactly this anyway. So on late update, so basically after all the physics and everything's been done for the frame, this singleton checks all of this. It goes, okay, you got a 0 guy over here. Sorry, this one's 0. And you got a 45 degree guy here. The one that's closest to the one that we're moving on is this guy. So you win, guy. You're the winner. Next frame, when these guys are calculating whether or not they should be enabled or disabled, this guy goes, okay, I think I should be toggled on. Am I the winner though? And the answer is yes, I am the winner for this frame because I was told so last frame. So I will stay enabled. Whereas this guy goes, yes, I could be turned on, but am I the winner? No, I wasn't the winner, so I will be disabled this frame. Even though they're both eligible, he loses. There's one more clause to this that I haven't mentioned, which is if you do something like this, the same problem, but actually this is in front of that, the game will select this edge because this, imagine this is a collider with a renderer on it. I don't allow the player to go behind geometry. So even though there is a ledge here and even you were walking on it, you will not be allowed to walk on the behind parts if they're lower than an equivalent ledge. Even if the angle is better, you're not allowed to go down here because you're hiding behind the game. That's the logic. Hey, Matthias Ashton, how's it going? That's awesome. So that works. We can run up, we can run across, we can run across, we can run up. So this platform actually extends down. You can see this little green, this line goes all the way down there. Even though it goes all the way down, we're not allowed to walk on it because it's technically like hidden behind here, right? It's not, we wouldn't want to be able to walk down there. So that's it. It's done. There is one more thing I got to fix, which is I don't think I can walk back up this slope. So that's the only other thing. Do you insert a point at that intersection? There is nothing fancy happening in terms of triggers or anything like that. Nothing. It's literally just, it's just objects. It's just the colliders. So it's the colliders and a script on the colliders. And yes, the whole edge turns off when it's not allowed to be on. So you can actually watch. I've got a debug that's showing you what's happening. The circles represent the points on the edges that the character is standing over. So they're all vertically aligned, obviously. So it's like this guy's like, all right, this is the point. It is between here and here, but is the character like close enough to turn this on? Or like, is the character choosing me? In this case, this is the ledge we've chosen. So these guys just get turned off. But as I jump down, okay, that one turns on, that one turns on. You can see what happens as we go. There was a little bug just there, unless I kind of jimmied it. I'm not sure how I did that. But it went up, even though it should have gone forward. Oh well, I'll figure it out. And for those of you who are not super savvy with what I've been doing recently, this works with everything in my game already. This works with coins, this works with player character, this works with enemies. They can all make this selection based on this stuff, but I don't know why that didn't work. So he can choose to go up the slope because he's chasing me. Currently his move terminates a little early. Oh, no, that's not quite right. All right, we'll have to solve that. That's so annoying. All right, we'll solve it. Actually, is it the Martin that this worked better on? Let's try that. First of all, delete. Let you, bring you back in. I did just change how this works, so it might not be playable just yet. So if you run at me, yeah, he can run up. He can come across. He can run up still, should be able to. He's trying. It's a bit steep for him. And then we'll see if this works too. Not quite, not yet. All right, we'll do that now. Latest art project. Sure, yeah. Am I planning on this game being purely story driven as opposed to what? Hey, Vermilion. Pen plotters. Oh, that's sick. I think I would be into that. Okay, so why? Oh, it turns on and then immediately turns off. I wonder if it's just a collider thing, if it's just too low. It is. It's too high, actually. So I should just be able to go whoop, and that'll solve that. Yeah. Okay, cool. So not a bug, just poor level design. But that's not right yet. Oh, that worked, and then it didn't work. Let's have a look. It's because this didn't work because this ground is not considered a collider. The level geometry is not considered a collider. So the arbitration between who gets to be what is not happening when the player character is on the normal ground. How does it feel to be God? Frustrating. So that means that this will always turn green when we step over it, but it should stay not green. It should stay red unless I'm pressing up and right at the same time. So the logic here will happen on the manager, which is the singleton. And what I should do is say collider to D. Yes, exactly. Ground collider. Okay. So what we want to do, I think, as opposed to something like Stardew Valley. Oh, hang on. Are you playing this going to be really just as opposed to something like Stardew Valley? I don't really know what you mean. Stardew Valley is pretty story driven, isn't it? Oh, thank you so much, Alien. I suppose what I could do actually is create one of these platform candidates. If character.self-awareness.ground is not null, dot collider is not null, then platform candidate, no. Oh yeah, PC equals new platform candidate. And then the problem here is that this requires a platform controller to do. How many times are we actually checking this stuff? We're doing this, we're doing this. So actually probably can't chuck it in as one of the other platforms. Do we need it? Do we need it? This could be the collider. But it would be better to do an edge. Okay. Plane switching and horses. Okay. I think the best course of action would be then to provide some kind of like raycast based check, I suppose, to determine the slope edge. In fact, I think I already have that. So is on slope. Hey, Too Good Toucan. So we do some raycast here with some ground. We say the absolute value of the normal is greater than 0. That's a slope. Otherwise, the gradient is 0 and we're not on a slope. Okay, so that's not really what I want. How to understand code and write. Oh, it takes a while to do that. Can I go from web dev to game dev? If so, what would be the biggest change? Okay. I mean, probably depending on what kind of web dev do you do. In regards to the main game loop, Stardew Valley has a lot of game mechanics that add for variation in how the person plays as opposed to being purely linear. Insignia is mostly linear. It's like action adventure, puzzle platforming. So the world is not, you don't have to do everything in this. You don't have to do everything, but the order in which you do the game is pretty much, as far as the story beats are concerned, it's like first chapter, second chapter, third chapter. Where does one begin to learn coding? At the start. I've got a video on my YouTube channel where I teach you some very entry-level code stuff. It's kind of like learn to read the syntax, learn to read the keywords, and then make something very simple and continue to learn new things and make increasingly complicated things. Okay. You're a React dev. Well, I mean, like, with React, you're creating classes, right? Or at least definitions. And React is like, there's a lot of like at runtime stuff that happens in React as opposed to just like static websites. So the biggest thing might be composition, maybe, an inheritance. Like more of that object-oriented model, depending on what kind of game you're building and what you need to build. Hey, Midwest Carl. The thing that I would be most conscious of is that the concepts are a lot more broad with game dev. You're doing like way more varied problem solving, whereas web dev is like the environment is so constrained. It's like you're just serving web pages, you know, and the things like styling and like the presentation, the DOM, just like the model of what a website is just like such a limited domain. Whereas like games, it's like, yeah, you got the UI, but then you've got like everything else. And there's a lot of like trivia in game dev that you wouldn't come across in web dev. Like what I'm doing right now, you know, patterns and stuff like that. Just more varied problem solving, I guess. So let's solve this. So we've got get grounded ray behind point ahead. That's what I want. I think I should be able to get slope angle from this. So if I have ground meta, public, what do I want to call this? I guess it's a vector 2. Well, yeah, backend is complicated and a completely different thing to games unless you're doing networking. So let's go check the update loop and just see what we have access to. Platform parent is grounded, almost grounded, landed invoke, set last ground position. If we are on moving platform, no, not that. Get slope direction. This looks promising. Last slope direction. Oh, that's great. Okay, so it's really just, instead of using this, we say ground dot slope angle equals this. And maybe it should be slope direction. Cool, and then this will break in 2 other places and we just need to fix those. There are a number of games, yeah, I agree. They'll help you with code principles. What is web dev actually for? Building the internet? Building all the pages that you see, the apps that you use? Most of the apps these days are web-based. Did that just, how did that fix without causing errors? It just only gets called once. Come on. You gotta have a compile error. There we go, there's the 2. So it's ground dot slope direction. Cool. And then here I can say if this is not null, then I can say I want to know, check the angle between the character's input direction and the self-awareness dot ground dot slope direction. And in fact, I probably could resolve this on the self-awareness. So like, to get input to ground angle. If we're grounded, slope equals slope direction, input equals input, angle between the 2. I mean, that seems pretty good. And then otherwise, this is like negative 1,000. Actually, I don't want negative 1,000. I just want to do this, and I'll do it where I was. So all right. And then for each of the platforms, we're going to have some angle here. And then if nearest platform dot delta is less than that, do that. Otherwise, we don't have to do that at all. Cool. Hey, hey. Although I don't know what's happening there. Hello? Very good. I mean, it technically works. I don't know why it's toggling. Is greater, the nearest platform angle is greater than the character angle, but character angle is 1,000. Oh, and character ground platform equals null. So we're not, because it's checking itself. Yeah, yeah. Hey, we did it. That was great. That was the first try. So now we can run around, do whatever we want, go up, go forward, drop down. We can run past this slope, run up the slope, jump on top of this, drop down onto that. We can go over here, we can go over here, we can scramble down, we can jump across. We're great. We can grab on this little ledge. Oh, that's no good. What the? Okay. Damn. Well, I can solve this in a pretty straightforward manner. I mean, the answer is just don't have that. Like, just don't. You can have these go a little bit there. Hooray. So good. Now, let's commit that and let's get some enemies on here. Forward, up, down. Or otherwise, forward, up, down. Yep. Okay. So again, you can see here which edges are not counted. See how like these aren't colored blue or anything? They're just, or red or anything. They're just nothing. It's because they're too steep. Okay. Move plus up direction. How do you go up versus go straight horiz? Yeah, you just have to add the up. So I'm pressing forward, I'm pressing forward and up. I'm pressing forward and down. There you go. Okay. So I want to do an example here where I've got some enemies and there's more going on with these enemies. So over here we had a few things going on, and in this context, I guess what I want is, let's do some shape editing. So we got this. Then we got, say, this. Which will be like that. Then we want this to be in front and lighter. And then something like this, I guess. But maybe just straight into a corner. I guess that is what it is. Yeah. Okay. And then something like this. In fact, this is easier to work with. So we just do that. Okay. And then we can just go bing, bing, bang. Maybe this is a lot longer. So he should be able to run up here, no problem. And then can you come down here, buddy? I don't think he can see me because I'm technically below a platform that he's standing on. So that's considered ground for him. Okay, he can do it. He can do it for sure. Bit of strangeness there. That was a Shoryuken. Okay. Oops. So I guess the next question is, what was I trying to do? I was trying to make them choose. It was the hedgehog, I suppose. We weren't too sure about why that wasn't working. It looks like it works to me. There is some awkwardness here because technically that edge ends and he's not on this edge yet. So this feels like it's a big cliff to that enemy until he figures out that he can walk on it. So maybe if I give it a bit of a lip, it might be okay. I'm not sure how much I can get away with though. That seems fine. Yeah, I'm not sure what... I can check why it ends the thing. And then can this stay up here? Yeah, like why is it technically going down? So, I mean, this versus this. Oh, technically he's actually below already, so it's not going to work. Maybe like this. Yeah, that should work that way because we're below. And then we come all the way up here. And then this should be forward. No. Yeah, they're built on the same logic. So it should be the same. Like I think technically, you know, if I bring him up here manually, it'll be fine. If I just go, you are now here, it just works. But it's about the selection logic, which is currently not necessarily standardized. So we're going to figure it out. I guess I'll have to write a debug that lets it determine that a debug that shows us the direction of the enemy, their input. That's pretty easy because I can just go on draw gizmos for enemy, void on draw gizmos. Display input direction as a sphere on a circle background. It's not on draw gizmos selected, just on draw gizmos. So gizmos dot color equals red, draw sphere, transform position, input direction. Yep. But before that, I want to say gray, draw wire sphere. Yeah, that's it. So when right now the hedgehog, oh, I see. Oh, I see. It's not technically trying to move at all. It's just going where it goes. It does move down, but it's not trying to move forward. See? So it's not determining an angle that makes sense because it's not actually, the forward component is not part of it. So we could say that it's input intent. We could say that it's X velocity. Yeah, let's do that. So now it's going diagonal down. You can see that. Let's try forward. There's a forward and up. I think the difference there is that because the hedgehog is technically below us, like his body is here, we are up here. See how this green slope, the middle one, this one right here, is going from here to our chest. Those two chest points are where the positions are. So technically, there's a slight upward slope for this. I think the right way to do this instead would be if the position is like more than, well, maybe it's fine like this. Maybe we want it to be this way, because if the situation was reversed, we would want him to sort of try to run up here no matter what. He hit us so hard we spawned at home. Yeah, like that should go down. And then, yeah, I mean, what else would we want to do? Oops. From here, you'd go up, right? Yeah, sweet. It's good. I like it. Picasso. I'm good. It's good. Same thing with the Hunden. I feel like, or even the Marten. The only thing that I don't like is that this guy, his ground safety triggers way too often, meaning he thinks he's going to fall off when he isn't. Hey, gosh, in game dev, how's it going? So there's this behavior called, I guess it's like safe to move or something like that. So if we go to like self-awareness and I draw ground checks, it's something like, you can see here, if we don't do that, let's draw the ground checks and the wall, this one here. If I bring this closer, you can see at a certain point, those green lines should light up, but maybe not. Interesting. They should definitely light up. I mean, that is ground. Maybe when the game's playing. Yeah. So see here how like they're all lit up and then they go red. And you can see it here. Actually, if I go here and put you, is that easy to do? Okay, you can see here, I should be able to have some of these things trigger and some not. Actually, it would be a downward slope. Hang on, face me, hello. Okay, so see how, yes, some of these trigger and some don't based on if the green lines intersect with the platform. So first of all, let me just fix this little thing here because I know that this is working. So like display input intent, or not display, but draw. And this probably should live on input intent, but whatever. For now, we're fine. We don't need to do that right now. So, so what we're trying to do here is maybe these slopes they don't go deep enough because he gives up kind of too early. So I think, I mean, the issue is I can just make him longer. Like, it's not a huge deal. I just have to do that. So the ground checks just need to go deeper. Like that even. But if you think about it, like if it's a 45-degree angle, it's not really checking like down, if this is the slope, it gets to about here, even at 45 degrees, it's only going to say that we're safe to move this much. So in a way, it should be even like deeper. It should be like that. But that feels crazy because if there was a slope here with a drop off, then that's no good. So like, yeah. I think what we'd have to do is determine the distance between each of these, how far down the hit is. So like if this thing collides with this, that's fine. If this collides with that, that's fine. If this next one collides down here, that gap is too big for it to be considered like a proper walkable slope. I think that's the thing. Like this gradient between the last thing we hit and the next thing we hit is the actual drop. So yeah, maybe that's how it should work. Because if I make this too deep, it's just going to think everything is walkable. Imagine, hypothetically, I go like this, and then I stand here, and it tries to rush me. It's going to go straight off the edge, thinking, "Oh yeah, I'm on the ground, right?" Oh, okay, no. Okay, it's smarter than that somehow. He's beginning to believe. Okay, you tell me, buddy. So I put me, player character, over here, and we go ding, 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 ding. Click on the hedgehog. Oh, that's so interesting. Okay, there must be a different heuristic that I'm using, because it seems to know that that's an edge, even though these go quite deep. So let's have a look. If it's not based on literally this, then I don't need it to be so deep. And they're quite, I think they get a little expensive, so I'd rather them not be too deep anyway. And it probably should even be standardized. I don't even know if this should be something that we can set here, but let's move on from that. Okay, so this is in ground navigate and then safe to walk is this. So self-awareness is safe to walk, get ground safety in a direction is less than ground check X times 0.5. I don't even know what that is, man. Ground check X. This lives on self-awareness. Half of the ground check X. So it's half of this distance. Yeah, that's fine. We already know that. But what about when we say safe, how are we determining ground safety? There's a bunch of dumb heuristics here that I'm happy to get rid of if I can. So, okay, for each of my ground check X's with the ray separation, I'm going to draw a new slidey down raycast. And then I'm going to say, if the collider is null, return that. But the distance of this collider is what I really care about. And the distance is ground check Y. Oh, the reason why it stopped is not because this isn't, it's because technically that's not even collidable for him right now because it's too far away. It's turned itself off for him specifically. So why does it do that? Let's go to the platform. Falling through, character underneath, or not selected. I mean, maybe only if... Maybe just that. That might just be enough right there. ignore if we're not selected and character underneath. That's not right. Oh, okay, that is right. But that's not right. So basically the trouble is, hey, Fireplace, how's it going? The trouble is now, if, like, I would say this is okay to be enabled because it's below the current selection. But I don't know about that. It probably should be like that. But what does it mean to be below the current selection? All right, I can solve this. It's not too hard. So we are going to have a public public platform candidate called this is per character though. If it really is per character, you should put it on the character self-awareness. Which means it really should go on the ground meta as the platform. I see. Okay. I mean, we could say oh yeah, is in front of character platform. Player has ground behind and is above. Oh, man, I hate this is above check. What does is above mean? Character is above? Even is above platform. Is above me. That's fine. Yep. Okay, let's try that. Yes, that's good. I was trying to do. Cool. Hey, Blazy. So technically now this will also work for the head. That's what I was worried about. Is that the hedgehog can also do this. Okay, so I stand here. That's no good. Hedge. Wait, why is this got something behind it? Oh no, it doesn't. Hedge hog charge. And when does this end? If doing dash start, so it ends when we've left the ground. And then also like destination. I think, who has a charge? Who has one of these? The goat and the hedgehog. So my logic is this. If this guy is charging at us, yeah, and we dodge him, what should happen when that's, in that moment, what should happen? So let's just say, for example, we've got this situation that we've got right now. I'm standing here. Hedgehog. I'm standing here. And then Sonic the Hedgehog's coming at me. The question is, okay, so we're ready to, we're being chased by Sonic the Hedgehog. Sonic is rushing us. Gotta go fast. I jump. Whoop. Sonic goes. What happens right now? I think, following like Looney Tunes laws, Sonic should just keep going until he hits something. Maybe after a certain amount of time, he goes from charging and falling into a free fall. He does this thing, right? Anyway, so that's what I think should happen. He should sort of like either do the Wile E. Coyote straight off the edge and then fall, or start falling and just keep falling. But he should get out of the state and go into the tumble state sometime around here, I think. That would be my guess. Right now, what happens is, if we're here, for example, he just keeps trying to get towards us and he's still doing his move. He's just all the way down. So we need to say something like, hey, because right now he's using the X distance from us to determine how far away he is, which means the Y distance doesn't get calculated. So he might as well be standing right here. That's no good. So I would say it's something like reached destination. Do I use both axes? The problem is, yeah, I guess I use both axes. And then there's a question here, a little bit of like, is the target our destination? If we jump past him, should he like try to pivot mid charge and go after us? Or does he like, he can't see us, so he just keeps going? Like, does the overshoot happen? In a way, I think that's actually right. Yeah, here we go. Reach destination or ran overtime. Oh, I see. Well, actually, like, if overshoot is not, I'll set overshoot. If reach destination, about face on finish, overshoot, set overshoot, otherwise set tired. Let's have a look at the other things that he's got going on him. So on the charge, he has continue even when airborne. Maybe not. I don't know. Anyway, if continue when airborne is set to true, then when charging, that does not look... Man, what's happened to the UI? It changed a little bit. My VS Code looks wrong. Oh no. They've changed the theming for VS Code. Now I can't tell what I've selected. How am I supposed to tell that's my... You can't see it. Am I supposed to tell that my tab is this one? That's terrible. It's like impossible. Anyway. Dude, this just changed like mid-stream, I'm pretty sure. I feel like half an hour into the stream, the UI refreshed and now I can't see what I'm looking at. Or it changed just before the stream started. Oh, that's gonna kill me. Oh, well. Okay. Oh, I hate this, man. Just leave it the way it was. So, if we are, what are we doing? Handle dash. So if state is complete, do that. Otherwise, if we're doing dash loop, handle dash. Okay. If we've reached the destination or we've run overtime, either about face and then overshoot or get tired. If self-awareness dot grounded, and if we're not grounded and we're not continuing even when airborne, then complete because we left the ground. Otherwise, this is what I don't like. If get ground safety says we're not allowed to do that, and self-awareness dot if the ground safety in the direction that we're going is not right, then complete. I don't think this is fair to the player for this to happen. I think if you juke him, he gets juked, you know? That's kind of what I want to happen. So now there's this question of, can the hedgehog, you know, should the hedgehog be able to, in this moment here, I mean, I told it to continue even when not grounded. I think there should be a ground. No, well, there should be like a tolerance, right? Like grounded, like a grounded tolerance, where like after a little bit, if you've fallen, like if you've been not grounded for X frames, when you hit the ground, consider your time over, or have an amount of time where you're not allowed to be not grounded. Hey, Gigabit, how's it going? So, like, this ball, instead, I want it to be a float. Sure, let's call it that. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. And I think also when this ends, something like that minus the... No. I think maybe I don't have a thing for this. Hypothetically, but I don't really have like, this isn't a level in my game, just so you know. Like I won't have these like pitfalls. And if I do, I can have something with like that respawns them back where they're supposed to be when you leave the scene and come back. Like if they're off camera and their spawn is also off camera, put them back where their spawn is supposed to be. I can do stuff like that. We don't really have pitfalls like that in the game. Not yet, anyway. It's technically possible to screw the game up this way. It is technically possible in like a couple of areas, but the game's not out yet, so don't worry about it. Okay. You do have high cliffs. Yeah, but there aren't any enemies on those high cliffs that can be put in those high cliffs without first the player juggling them over the cliffs. Like it's very difficult to get a hedgehog off a cliff. Hey Moyad, how's it going? What's your question? hypothetically, yes, it could be a problem, but it's not a problem just yet. And it's solved by the player leaving the scene and coming back. So, yeah. Not quite what I want. Hey, thanks for the follow. I love game development and I study programming, but the problem is I'm not good at math and physics. What do you recommend? I don't think you have to be good at math or physics to be good at programming. I'm not. I suck at math. It's more language and logic than math and physics. So you should be okay. Not that. Yeah, even in games. I'm making a game right now. I'm telling you, I'm crappy at maths. I promise. I haven't written any maths for my game in like I don't know how long it's been. I haven't written any physics. I don't know physics. It's just not that common of a problem because most of the physics is written for you. Like there's numbers, but it's not complicated numbers. It's like arithmetic most of the time. It can be. It depends on what kind of game you want to make. If you want to make your own physics system and like a ballistics game, maybe it will be complicated, but even geometry is not that complicated. Physics and geometry are sort of okay. I'm not doing linear algebra in this game. There's nowhere that I'm doing really complex vector math. I'm not doing like weird, like, you know, algebraic notation stuff, or I'm doing area beneath a curve, or like sums of sets, or anything crazy like that. What are the main skills involved? I mean, programming is a skill. It's just like programming is not math. They're different things. You can do math with code, but code is more about logic, which logic is more about rules. Like, my wife is a lawyer. I feel like writing code is similar to writing a legal document. It's actually, it feels to me closer to that, where you're trying to name things and set up definitions for those things and then use the definitions in ways that are cohesive and consistent. That's to me what programming is. And that's the same as like writing an essay, you know, in a lot of ways. It's closer to like making sense is a skill that maths is, it's not a prerequisite to do that. So that's one thing. The rest of it is like, I mean, yeah, design is another skill. There's lots of skills. Depends on what area. I mean, games are huge. There's so many different things you can invest time into. Okay. Upward condition is knockback.y is greater than 0, or we aren't grounded and knockback.y is greater than or equal to 0. I see. I think this has to also be, there's one more and here. The magnitude has to also be greater than 0. Because in this case, I didn't hit the thing, so it shouldn't get knocked into the air like that. That's what I wanted to see. Perfect. Okay. Where does overshoot happen? Ran overtime. So max time is 2 seconds by default. In this case, though, max time is exactly 2 seconds. So how did that work? Dude, I gotta fix that. How did that happen? I dropped down and I went straight through the floor. Tick. 1. Tick. 1, 2. 2 seconds is like too long. Tick. I think he kept, I feel like that was longer than a second and a half. Dude, that's way too long. Which type of courses should you do? As in, for like university? Like, where are you learning these courses? Online? It depends. I mean, like, a computer science course is helpful for games for sure. And it depends on what you want to do. Do you want to be a game developer? Do you want to be a game designer? Do you want to be an artist, an animator? Do you want to be a sound designer? If you want to make games all by yourself, then you probably would do well to do anything from like a computer science degree to like, I mean, you can, I did an architecture, like a design degree in the architecture faculty. I did a job that was basically interaction design. That was my degree that I did. And interaction design had some programming in it. It had some, you know, user-centered design, which feeds into game design. So I was learning to code and I was learning to design and animate and draw and stuff. So that was how it worked for me. But you can do specifically game courses as well, depending on which institutions you want to go to. There are colleges here in Australia that offer game development courses that are not computer science. They're just game design and game development. So yes, please. All right, what's going on here? Why is he running for so long? Oops. Minus? Wait, minus? That doesn't make any sense. Okay. So time minus start time is greater than max time, but time is that and start time is that. Set enter is this. Set dash start true. Does he not set in hedgehog and gauge? When we set dash, we are setting it to true, and we're setting it to true there. So then the time should always be correct. No, I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. It's not time minus start time. It's just time. Time includes the start time check. Okay, and now it can be like 2 seconds because I think the jump counts as part of it, so that makes sense. Max time is 2. Apply that. Go. Okay. Good. I'm still not happy about this issue here. When I drop, why is this off? Character falling through, character underneath, not selected, or is not in front of character platform. Or not selected. Not selected says, hang on. And character dot is not null. Oof. Oof. That actually sucks. Oh no. Hang on. Not selected means the character is not choosing me. So Yeah. Okay. Nice. Yeah, that's better. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. You're not going to fall through that because if we don't have ground, it shouldn't disable. Sweet. Yep, yep, yep. Yep, perfect. Oh, immaculate. Yeah, man, it even does this right. I'm pressing down and forward versus forward. Oh. Online courses. Yeah, so online, I don't really know. I'm not sure. I didn't do any online courses for game dev. The easiest thing you can do is to start picking a game you want to make and just like bump into the things you don't know how to do and then look up how to do them. That's the easiest thing. Like, okay, I want to make games. I want to make Super Mario Brothers. What do I need to do that? Am I going to use a game engine? Okay, maybe I'll use a game engine. What about Unity? All right, or Game Maker. Okay, I'll install Game Maker. Okay, how do I use Game Maker? That's where you watch a tutorial. Or like, okay, I know how to use Game Maker, but I don't really know how to do platform mechanics. Look up a tutorial, how to do platform mechanics, you know? And you can even use like GPT to guide you through that. You can even be like, okay, I want, dude, this is so good. You could be like, I want to know what I'm missing out on. There's something here that I don't understand. I need some basics. I need like a guide of things to learn, you know? Give me like a set of instructions, like a recipe list of things that I have to learn to make this work. I did something here that I thought was really a little not great, and I can't replicate it. Maybe it was fine. Maybe I just hit a good arc. Cool. Dude, this is looking great. So, I guess we could put some other enemies in here. I do have an Arabic name. My background, we are Arabic speaking, but we don't call ourselves Arab. ما أحكي عربي كتير. I am Lebanese. Hey, Can Give. How's it going? Okay, so what happens if I make the slope a lot slopier? Hello, come get me. A little tough, I think. I don't think he really even wants to try it. This guy is trying, but he doesn't have a good time. So that's tough. I think it might be. I can't read it. Sorry. I can't read it. I can barely speak it to my situ. My parents can speak it, but I can't really speak it. I wish I could. I love the language. I just don't have anywhere I can practice it. Yallah Habibi. Habibi. Habibti. All right. So what's the problem here? The problem here is I think the slope is too steep and he has no way of kind of using... I guess we could round the corners a lot more. What would be the right way to approach this? It works for the player character quite well. Maybe because we are narrower. So maybe it's actually just a factor of his body collider being too fat. If I take this thing here, I go to the self-awareness thing, I take the width and I make it like 16 pixels. Move this back to like negative 0.08. So now he's got the same kind of body collider as Armin. I don't think that's a problem to do it that way. I think that would be just fine. There's no reason for it to be 32 pixels wide. So if he runs after us now, yeah, that works fine. I know, Jordan. You speak similar Arabic to me then. Levantine? Not that I don't speak it, but the version that you speak, it's like Lebanese, Syrian, Jordanian, Palestinian, similar. Okay. Everything's working great. Brother. Ahlan. Okay. Narrows, Martin. Nav collider. Box. Well, I think in general, there's actually not a huge reason why I am using them as wide as I do. Even like these guys, they have a really wide nav box, and it's not for any particular reason other than to match their physics. Like, just because his shoulder is here, I'm like, okay, it should be that big. But actually, like, that's not a hard rule. There's no real reason why it needs to be like that. This could be as narrow as we like. Like, this could be literally 20 pixels less if you want. It doesn't even look wrong, you know? It looks the same there. That looks fine to me. And in fact, he might even look better in these kinds of environments, because his feet won't be as far off the ground. I mean, he seems perfectly content running this way. There's some stuff going on there that's not great. We got to solve that, but I mean, other than that. Uh-oh. Hey, that could be a technique. You could use that to get to a different platform. Oops. Oof, that was unfair. What's the hitbox on that like? But, oh man, why would I do that? That's not fair. Come on, let's be kinder than that. Okay. Yeah, I've got, my hit and hurt box solution is totally different. So I've got like a whole set of layers for this stuff, per frame even. The yellow is the hurt box. So yeah, I actually don't need to have a special physics box for any of this stuff. All right. Alamak, Moyed. Nice to meet you. I mean, even this doesn't need to be here. And like, what is this? Enemy no collide? Like, why? I guess this was to stop him falling down onto the player. Do I have, hang on a second. Do I have collisions here? I keep forgetting if I have them. So there I don't. Here I don't. Oh. Oh, he's trying so hard. Hang on. Where is he? Oh, we lost him. It's not a sprite, no. It's a self-made plugin called Retrobox. Okay, I mean, look, that's pretty... It's a lot better than it was. Let's go back to the hedgehog and his self-awareness box. And again, we can make this narrow, man. We can make this like 16 pixels. And then... like that. That's not going to hurt anybody. So adjust. Okay. Now, I think it's time we do some more gray boxing. Yeah, for Unity. That's right. This was all really fun, and I'd like to save it somewhere, but maybe I can do that. Copy. What? Oh, I have to... Wait, add new scene node? This is an open, not a save? Okay. Then I'm going to do scene template, level template, gray box, and call it slope test. Yeah, but no one can be talking back to me in this context. Like, I'd have to bring people onto the stream to teach me Arabic. It would be a bunch of me not knowing how to answer them. I mean, I'd love to do a language learning stream. That'd be sick. I'd love to do it. Cool. So we save this little morsel of gameplay, and then this we can go ding ding. Snap to Geo. Okay, fine. I'll do it myself. There you go. Sweet. Okay. So now I can feel comfortable about going over here and deleting this altogether. Bring this guy back over here. There you go. Take all of this and go bye-bye. Save this. Bring this back. And then we're just back to where we were. Sweet. I don't have the time for it, friends. I don't have the time. So, what's next? What is that? Oh yeah, that's there. This is now done. I should probably check my email just because I haven't done that today, and I sometimes neglect to do it for days on end because for some reason my phone does not get email notifications for my business mail. I just don't get them. I don't know why. I think they're set up to happen. If I don't go into my computer and check Thunderbird, I don't get emails. It's part good, it's also part bad. Yeah, there you go. I'm got like 7 emails. Hang on. That's nothing. That's nothing. That's nothing. That's nothing. That's nothing. That's nothing. I don't know what this is. No idea what that is. Okay. Cool. I get a lot of spam these days. Even on my business email. Droid or iPhone? On Android. So, we should be doing, I guess like if we zoom out, what we should be doing is coming back to enemy designs. Hey Tech. Hey buddy. Long time no see. Yeah, I get a lot of people approaching me for sponsorships from AI companies every day, 4 or 5 emails. Hey, it's great to meet you. I love your content about blah, creator X. Have you considered, this partnership with us where you promote this AI video app that we're making? That's very common. All right. So I can make this right now. Why don't I just make this? I guess I go to a Scratchpad graph and I just make one. Will you be our shill for $300? Yep. What is this? This is an set piece. Set piece A. And just to prove I can do it, I go sprite shape, closed. I pick this, I grab these, I go like this. I go, okay, here's our level. There's that. This is ground. Let's go middle ground 1. Let's take this and go boop, boop. Platform controller. Polygon collider. That goes there. And that's it. I think that's literally all I have to do. Put another one here. Put it in front. Go. Here, here, here. Perfect. How often do I make builds of the game? It depends. I don't know. I guess depends on if I'm trying to test stuff. I don't build that often. So what's in this sketch? Not this. This. Okay. Oh, I see. Oh, that's kind of cool. Maybe we could do like something like that and then... That's cool. Hey, Began. How's it going? Good to see ya. How was your stream? What'd you get up to? What do you do these days on stream? You doing music? You doing doing Linux stuff? What's the go-to? We've solved some really sick weird. We've solved some really sick platform slope selection stuff recently. You can just arbitrarily jump behind. This took me a long time. Being able to do that, and then that, and then that. Feels very good. Oh, that wasn't quite right. Oh. Okay, well, we'll come back to that later. Check it out, chat. I've got like arbitrary slope selection based on player input. Feels good, man. Feels so good. I have not played MapleStory, so I couldn't tell you. Sort of, yeah, except I don't use WASD. But yeah, it's that idea. If you're pressing like across and up, that will go up. Across on its own will go across. Yeah, you got it. Hey, little Sakura senpai. All right, see ya. I had not thought about what that should do. Is that a wall? Is that ground? What is that? I guess it's still one platform, so. And then the other question is, do I do generic, do I support ledge creation in this model? I can make a ledge appear here if I want. What are your input keys if not WASD? Arrow keys. So ZXC is your action buttons. Arrow keys are your movement buttons. Yeah, you just saw the keybind menu. So you can change it. I got you covered. Well, it's fine. I mean, you can also use an Xbox controller or whatever if you want. You're not like forced to use the keyboard. No controller remapping, unfortunately. So it's not like, so look, you don't get a choice of how the controller bindings work. They just are what they are. But that's because the game is, opinionated about that. But yeah, you have controller, just not remapping. So the easy thing here, if I want it, would be to take these angles and auto create a ledge for me to grab onto if I want to. The only thing is I don't know if I want to. I could create some sort of like script here that lets me click some toggles, left edge, right edge, or like, I don't know, auto-generate ledges if I want. I feel like we're going to get into a pickle here. I don't know what to do with it. From a design perspective, I haven't done this kind of game design before, or not game design, but like level layout solutioning where I'm just gray boxing. I love it. I want to lean into it. The only problem is I don't have a way to make this into graphics. There's nothing I have currently that will convert this. I've got my tile set system, but the tile set system doesn't do these like multiple layers of foreground things in front of other foreground things. So either I'm going back over at some point and replacing all this stuff, or I'm creating some sort of like not ad hoc, but like some sort of solution that lets me do it basically. There is a hypothetical here. I could say, well, anything that looks like this is like architecture, and I make it like castle ruins and stuff like that, and I just make it sprite shapes. I don't love how sprite shapes look in the game. They kind of look like this. That's a sprite shape. So it will work the same way, but it doesn't look very nice. It's kind of just doing like a 9 slice. I do not auto face the player towards the enemy. I'd have to look at to see how they do that in Dead Cells to see if I would want to do it that way, because I don't really understand how you would make that choice, like what the logic would be. Is it if you're pressing nothing, face the enemy? Is that what it is? If there's an enemy near you and you're pressing nothing, just face it? I could see it. What if I'm moving away from the enemy specifically? It doesn't let you face the wrong way? I don't know. That feels a little handholdy to me. I might not like that. What? Why is it going crazy all of a sudden? Maybe we just force a recompile? What the hell? What if you go away? Okay. The vine's presence causes problems. Oh, is this considered a character? What the hell? No. What the heck? No, it is the vine. The vine's causing problems, but I don't know why. Yeah, I think... Null. Wait, so then why are you doing that? Oh, has it got a life component on it? It shouldn't. It does. Okay. I wonder why. To make it targetable. Ah, I see. Still no good. Okay. Is Vine Vertex a character? No. So then how do we get from life to character? Dude, what? Same problem. Okay. Hey, we fixed it. Okay. So you get up here, you go, hey, give me that. And then you go over here and you go, hey, I'm up here now. Cool. You tried. Okay. I have not played Replaced. Oh, the rope swing. I actually have a video about how I made it from like 2019. You can watch that video if you want. It's really old, that swing. Yeah, it's just sine wave. And everything else is sine waving a little bit less than the one above it, one below it. What was that? So these archers need to be able to see me and shoot me from where they are. And right now they can't because... they are being blocked by the terrain. So maybe it's something to do with the way that I've defined the archer, the arrow. Bro, I can't see. Dude, it's impossible. Which file is open right now? Like, come on, VS Code. What have you done? The styling has ruined this. It's so hard to tell what's open. It's this one, but only because it's got unsaved changes right now, and that's the only one that's got it. Oh, I'm used to using the tabs. I can see it here, but like, anyway. So, enter on, so, okay, let's just try something, right? I need to know what I should do here. Let's say I got this archer, yeah, and he's standing here. When he shoots at me, see these platforms here? When this guy shoots at me, I expect that the arrow goes in front of both of these things. But that's not like a hard rule. It's just what I feel. So should I say if... like I can tag these as platforms. I can check to see if they have a platform component on them. I can tag the platform as a platform, like I could have some sort of special thing, or I could just say ignore all terrain. Just the arrow just goes through space forever. I feel like barricades are still a cool idea at some point, but I want to be able to say, hey, like this thing's like in the background so it doesn't take collisions, or like arrows just don't go in front. Arrows don't collide with it, they go in front of it. I could use the renderer to do this. So like the arrow, I could say, well, the arrow is on this sorting layer, this sorting order, and everything else that's on a higher sorting order touches it, and everything that's on a lower sorting order, it goes past. Yeah, let's do that. Oh, I don't have a thing called platform. What have I got? Respawn, main camera, retrobox, enemy, particles, I got moving platform, climb, ledge, divider, space, run wall, diggable. I could say like, bro, what is this called? Is fall through. Okay. Actually, I think it's just this. In which case, it's just not as null. Oops. Didn't like that. There you go. They're getting a little confused about whether or not they can see us. I mean, he can see me. Four. He's got a vision distance of 4. I guess for these guys specifically, we shouldn't have the terrain below them be considered a blocker. So obstacles should not be wall. Well, obstacles are walls. How does this work? All visible, which is, oh, no, I don't think so. I mean, not for these guys specifically. This is bad. I guess I need a boolean that's called like can see through ground. Hey, it's going well. Ooh, I gotta go, pals. I gotta go. I got a meeting right now. I'll do this after. Cool. All right. Thanks, everyone. I gotta go. Let's find someone ready and get out of here. Please do wish list Insignia. We're gonna raid Jitspo. Thank you so much. That's the stream. As always, I've been Adam, you've been the Pixel Pals. This has been the Indie Tales Game Dev live stream. Until next time.